Hey everybody, it is Scope here. What's going on? Nothing much with me. Anyways, what I'm here to talk to you guys about is my Entei and Raikou catching videos. Now, just to clear things up about those videos, you know what, first let me start with this. This is going to be a little frequently asked questions, a little fact, if you will, on how to catch Raikou and Entei, and you can apply this to Latios to all the runners in the Pokemon games. But mainly Raikou and Entei. So when you're going to catch Raikou and Entei, first thing you got to know is their HP, um, their energy, whatever, their HP is progressive. So what this means is if you run into them and then you attack them and they lose, like, say, half their HP, and then they run away, and then you run back into them, they'll still have half HP. So their HP is continuous, so no matter what damage you do to them, it'll always stay there. And yeah, they can't heal it up, so it'll never go away. So take that in mind. Keep that in mind, as you can take your time catching these guys. And also, you can put them to sleep and paralyze them, because if you're faster than them and you get a turn before them, and with their first turn, they will always flee. So and the only way you can wake up or unparalyze yourself, well, actually you can't unparalyze yourself, but like wake up from sleep or unfreeze yourself or something like that, is if you use a move, and it progresses like that. But since they don't use moves, they just try to flee, they'll never wake up. So as you saw in my Entei video, and as you're going to see in my Raikou video, you can put them to sleep and they'll stay asleep forever, and whatever damage to you do to them will stay on them. So if you can get them to really low HP, they'll stay like that. So that's strategy number one, is you can get some high level Pokemon. You can just encounter them one battle at a time by finding them on your Pokegear, running through the routes like I told you to do, back and forth in the routes, because each time you move between routes it shuffles their position. And then slowly attack them or put them to sleep, because they'll stay asleep, and then do what I did, and just each time you meet them, you can either throw a quick ball at the very first turn of the battle, because that's when that has the best hit ratio. You can throw dusk balls at night, ultra balls during the day, but the best method probably is to throw fast balls, which is what I caught Lugia with, which is the ball that works better on faster Pokemon, and these guys are obviously fast because they flee. But I couldn't find anywhere to buy fast balls. I looked everywhere in the game, even the Safari Zone gate and all that crap, and couldn't find them. And I didn't want to wait a day for Kurt to make them, or fast forward the stupid DS clock or whatever. That was just too much work. And then I'd have to find all the apricorns and whatnot, so I just used Ultra Balls and Dusk Balls, and it worked. So, and then another method you could do, which is what most people did in the original Gold and Silver, is you can get a Pokemon with Mean Look and preferably Hypnosis, like for instance Haunter, and then keep this Pokemon under level 40 if you can too, but still to where it's faster than Raikou and Entei. So then you can go in the wild when you find them, but in a route, use a Max Repel so that they'll appear the first time you run into any wild Pokemon, and then use Mean Look when you get into the battle with them, and using this will make it to where they can't flee. And then you can use Hypnosis and put them to sleep. And since they can't flee, they'll be using moves now to try to escape, like they'll use moves, so they'll eventually wake up, and then you can bring in somebody, switch into and actually if you switch Pokemon, the Mean Look wears off, so this is kind of hard to do. This is why you should put them to sleep. But get somebody with False Swipe like Scyther or Scizor and attack them and bring them down to 1 HP. The only problem with this is in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, the legendary dogs know Roar, so they can use that on your Pokemon, and then that'll exit the battle. So and they can use that even when you have Mean Look in effect. So that's why I don't really prefer this method. And also, I didn't have any Pokemon that knew. I already said this in the Entei video, I think is I didn't have any Pokemon that knew Mean Look. But Owl obviously knew Hypnosis, but I didn't have anybody who knew Mean Look, and I didn't have anybody who knew False Swipe, and I didn't want to go through the trouble of raising people up just to catch these guys when I can still catch them. It was just a little more editing work and a little more off-screen work than it could have been, but it wasn't that bad. I complained a lot, but it wasn't that bad, so that's why I did that. Don't tell me I could have done it differently, because I know I could have done it differently. I just explained how you can do it, and it's either way I still caught them, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, other than that, you can also use quick balls when the battle first starts without trying to weaken them or put them to sleep at all. Sometimes quick balls work. Yeah, and that's pretty much that. But yeah, so I'm just putting this out there so you guys know, so you don't comment on the videos, things like that, because yeah, that's just a waste, because I already know. I just decided to do it that way. Um, and as you can see here, I made this little thing in Photoshop real quick. It's as you can see, Ruby Raikou, Sapphire Suicune, and Emerald Entei. So now maybe the titles will make sense to you guys. Oh crap, I got it mixed up, huh? Yeah, Emerald is supposed to be Rayquaza, and Groudon is supposed to be up here with Ruby. But it doesn't really matter, because I think Groudon looks more like Entei anyway, his color palette or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so I start talking about that in the Raikou episode, how Raikou's first letter of his name, Suicune's and Entei's RSE, are the initials for the third generation games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, that take place in Hoenn, because I was trying to figure that out. But anyway, I'm spoiling too much. Basically, I just wanted to get that out there so you guys know. Um, I'm going to be putting the Raikou video up like a few minutes after I put this one up. They're both actually both the Raikou video is already up on YouTube. I'm just waiting for it to process, and then I can edit the titles and all that poopy, and then you guys can see it. And then I already have another Zelda up there too, Ocarina of Time, uploading, and then I will put that up later tonight. So we got a bunch of stuff for you today, and I already uploaded Legend of Zelda today, I believe. So yeah, have fun. I know that's like 40, 50 minutes of your day to watch all this crap, so I'm gonna keep this as short as possible. Enjoy this little picture that I had to make. Took me like 5 minutes. Oh my god, so much work, I know. Um, but yeah, so the Raikou video is gonna be coming up after this. Watch it and enjoy. Bye, everybody.